Let's get this old floor out of here and put the new one in from Wolfsburg West. Let's do it. Come on, baby. Nope, I just stripped it. It just broke the bit. Wow. Let's try this one here. There's rust dropping on everywhere. Broke it off inside there. You can see where I broke that one off at the bottom. Yeah, this is starting to break. These things are in there. Big time. Oh yeah, there it goes. Let's see if we can get anything with a screwdriver. Ah, rust is falling everywhere. Yeah. Man, it's on there. Maybe we can drill them out. Oh, look at that. The whole head started turning. The head of that one popped right off. All right. That one's loose. All right, this one's loose, guys. Oh, yeah, it is. Okay, well, the bottom's not being held on by anything. It was just sitting on the rest. It was just sitting on there. It's all right. All right, there it is. Not the ideal way to take it off, but it's working. When they're seized in there that bad, there's really no other way. Let's get the driver's door off. Is that rain? Ah, it's rain and rust. Yeah. All right, guys, this side is even worse. Look at all this rust in here. It's pretty bad. It's raining rust, guys. The drill got really hot. Really hot. Lubing it up for the bit. There we go, that one came off. Oh yeah, we're getting it. Nice fresh bit, fresh drill. Oh, well. Probably should have saved that one till last. Oh, shoot. Now we're in a jam. Oh. Nothing to hold it up except my arm. Come on, baby. There we go. Got it. There it is. Whew. All right. All right, guys, doors are off. Well, the two front doors are. We still gotta get the side doors off in the rear. Yeah. Pretty wild. There is some rust in there. A little bit. We'll try to get those threads out of there, but I'm pretty sure we're gonna replace that whole piece, and we'll get the one that already has the plate in there with the new threads. We may even need a whole new A-pillar all the way up. If we can get away with the halfway up one, that'd be awesome, but considering everything we need to do, it might be easier just to take the whole, to replace the whole A-pillar. We're digging into it now, guys. All right, guys, let's see if we can get the cargo doors off. These little plastic caps have been on there since 1962. Pretty wild. Yeah, it's a little rusty in there. All right, let's see what happens. Ooh, we got lucky on that one. Wow. Check it out. That's how it's supposed to happen. All right, let's leave it part of the way in. That way the door don't fall again. Let's see if we can get this one out. Yes! Oh, nice. This one's loose, it's moving. There's all kinds of junk coming out of there. Yeah, I don't think that one's gonna do it. Ooh, we got that one. Yeah. Got that one. So far, so good on these. Let's try the top one. The top one's pretty bad. It's rusty. Oh, we broke the bit. All right, that door is off. It's pretty bad, so I wasn't too worried about yanking it out of there. This all has to be replaced, and the door itself's in pretty bad shape too, so there's gonna be a lot of work that has to be done. This is gonna have to be cut out. We'll try to save as much of the original as we can. It looks like from here up it's all right. So 3 doors down, 2 to go. Let's get these off. Oh, yeah. Yeah, got it. Yeah. All right, this door's our lucky door right here. Whew. All right. That was nice. All right, guys, the doors are off. We just gotta get that rear one off. Look at that. We got good access to the front and the rear. It's looking good. We're gonna get all this rusty metal out of here, guys. Let's see if we can get the floor out of there. All right, guys, we got a new floor pan from Wolfsburg West. Wolfsburg West makes these pans, and they are excellent quality. Let's check them out. Look at that. Yeah. Oh, wow. I can't wait to get that in. Look how nice that is. Very nice. Let's compare it to the one that's in there now. This is exactly like the original, same gauge metal. Wolfsburg West knows their stuff, guys. They make these. Very nice. Go check them out, Wolfsburg West. I'll leave a link in the description. This is the new floor pan. There's the old one. It's pretty bad. The goal is to get that one in there. We gotta get the old one out first. Let's do it. All right, the plasma cutter is working pretty good. It would work better if it was on 240, but I've got it on 120 right now, so we're gonna try 240 later. I gotta get an extension for it, but it's working all right. It's not bad. It's working. It's cutting through. You see here, it cut through. Missed a little spot right there. Oh yeah. It's welded right here, I think. Yeah, there's a beam right there that it's welded to. So I'll have to get that off. Yeah. There it goes. All right, it's working. It's a lot cleaner and less messy than a cutoff wheel, for sure. I like it a lot. All right. First piece of the floor is out. All right, the first section of the floor is out. First piece out. All right. There we go. Yeah. There it is. All right. Yeah. It's coming out, guys. There it is. Half the floor is out already. Frame looks solid. All right, let's keep going. Wow. Look at that. It's so much nicer than a cutoff wheel, working with that plasma cutter. There it is. Ah, you can see the master cylinder now. Looks like the original one. Crazy. It's just like Rusty was. Time capsule. All original. They used it 10 or 15 years and then just parked it and it rusted away. All right, the floor is almost out, guys. Let's get the rest of it out. loose. It's like the original switch. That's the original switch. We'll see if we can bring it back to life. Hopefully it still works. That'd be cool. Look at this little rubber is still on there. The little stopper right there is still on there. That's the clutch. It's a little sticky. The brake is seized. Pretty cool. Oh yeah. Yeah, if you look closely, you can see these spot welds. You can kind of see them under the paint there. See them? There's one there, there's one there, one there. So there's a bunch of them holding this lip on. It's raining rust. Yeah, they're on there pretty good. All right, let's try to drill them out. Let's see if we can make them easier to see. Oh yeah, that's helping. I think we're gonna need to replace that. This section right here. So I'm not even gonna bother trying to get all these out because we're gonna have to replace that. See how rusty it is behind there? That whole section's gotta be replaced. That's where the floor attaches. So, oh man, yeah, it's gonna be a big project, guys. Let's get the steering wheel off. Yeah, someone tried to get it off at some point. They messed the threads up a little bit and they cracked it too, right here. They look almost new. It's crazy. There's 3 screws holding this on. Just let that drop. Then we're gonna put the puller on here. Hopefully this puller will work. Pop that thing off of there. Oh, man, it's on there. Ooh, I think we got it. Maybe. Let's see. All right. Got it. All right, finally, it popped off. It was on there good. And lost a couple more pieces. Yep, that puller works great. Harbor Freight. probably have them on Amazon too. All right, steering wheel is off. So this piece just fell off. Oop. We could probably repair that. Some JB Weld. This piece is missing, so we'd have to just fill it in with JB Weld and sand it down. We could probably do that. We could probably recondition the steering wheel. Yeah, I think we can save it. All right, steering wheel is off. Now, we can get the steering column out of there, pull the rest of the floor out, start getting all this stuff cleaned up and get it out of there. Let's do it. All right, steering wheel is out. Yeah, the puller works good. Now we can get the column out of here. We'll drop it, get it out. We'll get the stick shift out and that center piece, the rest of the floor, get all this cleaned up, fit the new floor in here, see how it looks. Let's do it. All right, steering wheel is off. Let's get this bracket off here. That was loose. There it goes. There's that bushing. We'll be able to slide those up once we loosen the steering box. We need to loosen the steering box from the frame. Let's see what we got here. Oh. Yeah. It's a little dirty. All right, let's get this steering box off. There's a bolt here. And what is that? Dirt. Nice. All right, I got it hooked up to 240 now, 230, 240, and it's working better. Cuts right through it. There's a little tack weld right there. Let's break that off. There it goes. All right, it's looking good. We gotta get this thing out of here. And we got access to the ball joint here on the steering. We need to get that loose. And we'll loosen up the bolts on the steering box and pull that thing out of the way. Get that out of the way while we're working on the floor. A lot of this stuff's gonna come out. This heater tube's gonna come out. It's completely rusted on the bottom. We're gonna need a new one. It's all rusted out. We might be able to save this part of it, but from here back, it's gone. There's big holes underneath it. It looks like this. Yeah. That was easy. I was going to try to get that ball joint off, but it's pretty rusty. It's been on there a long time, and we're going to replace it anyway, so there we go. Steering is disconnected. We just got to undo the bolts. See if we can get this out of here. Let's see. There we go. Yeah. That plasma cutter is awesome. Instead of using a cutoff wheel or grinding, boom, just blow it out real quick. This whole thing's gonna get replaced. This is all junk. It's just rusted in there bad. Let's see if we can get that steering rack out of there. 17 millimeter. Might need to go underneath there. Yeah. Maybe we can get it right here. Got that one. All right. It's two down. There we go. gonna drop. Ooh. Yeah. It's out. There it is. Needs a little cleanup. All right, steering box is out of there. It's a little crispy. We'll get it all cleaned up and rebuild it. It's gonna be good. All right, let's go ahead and get this heater tube out of here. It's in the way, it's rusted out. Let's get this out of the way. And then we'll go ahead and try to get this gear shifter out of here. Check out the accelerator cable. It's barely holding on. It is just barely on there, guys. I'm surprised that line hasn't rusted all the way through. The little hook is still there. It's seized up, but it's still there. All right. Oh, hammer went right through that hole. There it is. Yeah, look how bad it is. Wow. Holy smokes. All right, let's see if we can get this shifter out of here. This piece here holds the gear shifter and the e-brake handle. It also holds the e-brake cables. They slide in through here. And they go through those tubes all the way to the back. There's one on each side. So there's a little weld right here on each side, and then there's a couple welds right here. Let's see if we can blow that out real quick. Let's see if we can get it from underneath. There's the shifter rod. And that goes all the way back to the transmission. And there's a little shifter rod coupler here, or bracket, holds it together to the shifter. And it's held in here by this little hoop right here. And it goes all the way back to the transmission. You can see right there, at some point in its life it got smashed. So it is no good. We're gonna have to get a new one. We might be able to cut it right here and get that part of it out of the way. Let's get these e-brake cables out of the way. Yeah, let's cut it right here because this is bad. This is bent really bad right here. Yeah, we're gonna need a new one. There it is. All right, we got that out of there. Oh yeah, there it goes. The little spot welds are breaking. There we go. Got that side. All right, let's try it from the top. Here's that piece we just took out. I'm pretty sure I have one of those that I got from Wolfsburg West. I'll have to look through the stash. Just trying to break those welds off. It looks like it's working. There we go. Okay, cool. Well, that accelerator cable is holding on. There it goes. Finally broke. There it is, guys. Wow. There's the shift rod where we cut it right there. So that goes here. And your shifter ball goes down in there. And it shifts the transmission right there. You can see that bracket is just completely seized on there with the rust. It's pretty bad. Okay, so we can see where it goes. There's two little, that's where they spot welded it right there. So we'll try to preserve that. So that's what it should look like. That's the new one. This whole section is gone. That's where the e-brake goes. And this is where the shifter goes. Yeah, this part here is just completely gone. And put a new bracket in there, new screws, new bushing, and a new top plate here, new bolts. That'll go right here. All right, she's ready to go. Cool. It's kind of exciting to see some new parts going in, even if it's just a test fit. All right. Let's see if we can get the clutch pedal and the brake pedal out of the way. Let's do it. The other side spin. It's spinning on the other side. There we go. All right. Awesome. All right, the pedals are out of the way. Got the clutch pedal here. Still got the original boots on there, which is pretty cool. All right, guys, stay tuned for the next episode. We got a bunch of new metal from Wolfsburg West that's gonna start going in. Check out this new floor pan. Oh yeah. We got a few more things to do down here before we can get it in there, but you can just imagine this nice new metal going in. It's gonna be awesome. Stay tuned, guys. We'll see you on the next one. Later.